a couple of games last night. A little bit of insanity was happening, but even crazier than all of that was what happened before the games began. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The NBA draft lottery was last night. This is the funny thing about odds and percentages. Doesn't matter. Apparently, 1.8% is a really good shot at something. Hey, Dallas Mavericks, they won the lottery after all of that. The season that was, the trade that happened, everything that went down with Nico Harrison in that city. They're going to get Cooper Flagg. Probably. All right, let's talk. You know what, Lou? Let's go with you first. Your reaction, because I'm watching this thing live and just a mouth open.
Dallas needed some good fortune, some good luck, and I guess that's why we call it a lottery. It's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there calling foul, calling shady. Sometimes you need some luck on your hands, and Dallas Mavericks they needed something to smile about it, and this helps. This kind of puts a little Band-Aid over a wound that's been a challenge this season, and they have a great opportunity at getting Cooper Flagg. Unless something crazy happens. And obviously with the Dallas Mavericks, we've seen crazy happen. So we'll see what they do with the pick. But, this is good fortune for them.
I love that we're like, allegedly, yeah, they're going to get Cooper Flagg, probably. That's like where we are right now, Chandler.
Can't be sure.
Yeah, if we know anything about Nico and the Mavs, we don't know their next move. So who knows? But this is an unbelievable start. This has to feel like if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, man, you were just in a bad dream the last 3 months and you just woke up and now you just got the number one pick with a 1.8% chance. It's crazy. And again, I think this changes everything. They have so many options now. There's so many packages that teams could put together for him. You could keep him, wait till Kyrie's healthy, see how he pans out. It's one of the highest touted guys that we've seen come across. Him, he's obviously not in that same Wemby conversation, but man, he is up there and he is extremely promising for the future. So this changes everything. And this is a really good team that's getting a really good player or has the chance to get a really good package for him with the other assets they have to go and get someone else that we always see in trade talk. So this is unbelievable. I'm happy for them because this is somewhat of a bounce back of a heartbreaking season. Doesn't get Luka back, but it definitely makes, I think it makes Nico's job a little bit safer. And then I think it makes the Mavericks in a much better position, obviously, going into next season.
So let's start the hypothetical game that they get Cooper Flagg and they keep Cooper Flagg, Chandler. Would you make the argument that the Mavericks are in a better place than the Lakers?
I think they're both in a great place, but yeah, I mean, look at the Dallas Mavericks possible starting five. When Kyrie Irving, we obviously don't know exactly when he's going to be back. You got Kyrie Irving at the 1, Klay Thompson at the 2, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, and Anthony Davis. I mean, my God. And then they have the bigs coming off the bench with Lively and Gafford. They have some guards off the bench. They have Max Christie that came in the trade. That's a valuable asset. So now all of a sudden, with just this one luck of the draw, they are right back in it. And again, I don't think this fills the void of losing a Luka Doncic. I don't think this just gets the fan base back. It's not like Luka. It's not like Nico did anything. They literally got lucky as possible as they possibly could. But yeah, I mean, you have to consider as soon as Kyrie's back. I'm so excited to see this team fully loaded because think about those names I just named. They're experienced. They're all different positions. They're all two-way players, and that is what Nico wanted. That is what Patrick Dumont says. Defense wins championships. And now you have a chance to get one of these two-way players that's supposed to be touted as the next big thing. It's an awesome situation for them to be in, regardless whether they keep him. I think they have to keep him. You have to see this through, right? A guy this touted, you can't just get him. I don't care if it's for a Giannis. You're not trading for Giannis and giving up $50 million in cap space and plus Cooper. You can't do that. I think you have to keep Cooper Flagg and see how he pans out.
Lou, why are you smirking over there, buddy?
I feel differently. These are the same guys that just got bounced out of the play-in, Chandler, minus Kyrie Irving, minus Cooper Flagg. Really big names, a lot of potential in Cooper Flagg, but it's still one of those things that we just got to see it through. Like I would have liked to see them at least get to a point where in the first they can get to the first round and they can make some noise. We hadn't seen that yet. So I'm not as optimistic as Chandler. On paper, it looks amazing. It sounds good. On paper, you got a lot of names. You got a lot of things that you can be excited about. But we hadn't seen it. Kyrie Irving has a long recovery route back to get to the place where we're comfortable with knowing that's Kyrie Irving. Other than that, they're going to have to move some things around. Like Cooper Flagg is coming in, and like you said, PJ Washington, now you put him in a position where we got to see if this is even a fit anymore, because a lot of those minutes could possibly go to Cooper Flagg at that 3 or 4, however they want to play ball. So I'm not as optimistic. I wouldn't compare them to the Lakers right now. I think the Lakers are primed to continue to move forward with the season that they've had. Obviously you have a year older LeBron, but you still have Luka. And we know everything about the Lakers in the summertime. They're very active in the summer. They're very active at the trade deadline. And again, we're talking about an organization that chases rings. They don't chase potential. So they're going to do everything in their power to put themselves in that position. So getting the opportunity to get Cooper Flagg right now for the Mavericks, it does look promising on paper. So I agree with you there. On paper, it sounds amazing, but I can't compare them to the Lakers yet until they do something on the floor.
But to be fair, they didn't get out of the play-in because Kyrie Irving got hurt and he was out of the series. No doubt in my mind they get out of the play-in.
Huge asterisk.
But the Lakers weren't missing people like that.
They have 25 and 7 and 5 coming back when Kyrie Irving's back. Obviously, we don't know how he's going to respond. We don't know how Klay Thompson's going to be after another year, another offseason. But I am just saying this team fully loaded is definitely interesting.
On paper. It
feels better. It does feel
better.
Better today for Dallas. Like
completely. If we've learned anything this playoffs, I don't think the regular season means a damn. I don't think anything matters in the beginning of the season. Look at the Pacers. Look at the Timberwolves. Look how good the Cavs were to how bad they are now. Like the Celtics. So things can change quickly. Obviously, we know that in this league, but it's definitely, it kind of puts them in that conversation again of playoff hopes and obviously depending on health, it gives them hope. It fills that hole that they just had ripped out of them of Luka. Now here comes Cooper Flagg.
It feels promising.
Nice transition for the fan base for sure.
It's not as good as it can be.
It feels good today. We wouldn't have had this conversation yesterday. We wouldn't have asked the question, who's better at this point right now, the Mavs or the Lakers, without Cooper Flagg being involved in this conversation. And that's with Kyrie Irving being involved with that. Like I said, he has a long route back. He's at, I don't want to say that almost the tail end of his career. He's an older guy. He's in his mid-30s. It's going to be a long ride back. And these days now with ACLs and Achilles and all of those things, that's a 6 to 8 month process when it used to be 10 months to a year. These guys get back faster. They don't lose as much as you used to. So I expect Kyrie Irving to have a lot of semblance in who we've, gotten spoiled to seeing out on the floor. But when you add Cooper Flagg to that, that'll be a big, big question mark to see if he's good enough, if he's going to be that huge difference maker to put him over the edge of, say, a Los Angeles Lakers. So very promising on paper. They should be happy today. They hadn't gotten much sunshine lately. They should be excited, the Dallas Mavericks fans. But I don't know about putting them right there where the Lakers are as of yet.
Okay. Now, let's do the other side of this whole thing. Let's just say that they pull the old switcheroo. They draft him, Chandler. They draft Cooper Flagg, and then they immediately trade him for a superstar. Is there a world in which you could see this happening?
Yeah.
And there is one superstar, obviously, everyone's talking about, but go ahead.
And I touched on that a little bit. I know the Giannis name is hot right now, but you're really going to give up $50 million in assets plus Cooper Flagg before he plays an NBA game for a guy that's also, kind of towards the end of his career. And imagine that for Nico Harrison. He goes and trades that. God forbid Giannis gets hurt, and then they just gave up Cooper Flagg for you can't do that almost now. You look into San Antonio and you see maybe Stephon Castle or you start something like that for Giannis and picks like that, then maybe. But the Mavs, again,
we did get the number 2, just saying. I mean,
exactly. They got 2, they got 14. And the Mavs also, I heard the Mavs might extend Lively instead of Gafford when Fake Gafford kind of available. PJ Washington's valuable. Max Christie's valuable. So they do have a combination of things, but how interesting did Nico Harrison's job just get from
Did you see how he was celebrating last night?
Oh my God.
That was real glee right there. He was
and you know what? I don't know the dude well. I don't know, but I'm happy for him because again, he didn't do anything. It's luck, but at least he now is back in the driver's seat. He's got the ace of spades in his hand, and he has options moving forward this summer.
Yeah, there's no longer just you're being buried alive. It's all of a sudden you can breathe again. Okay,
yeah, people see him in the grocery store today. They're saying Cooper Flagg. Yes. They're not saying boo nuke. You know what I mean? It's shifted today in Dallas.
They're not cursing the ground he
I
walks
wouldn't
on.
go that far, but it just wasn't as bad yesterday as it is today, Chandler. Like,
Ooh.
because a lot of fans probably feel how we feel. It's still that feeling of uncertainty. Like, okay, so now we have the number one pick. What are you gonna do with it? Because we've seen you make, I don't want to say questionable decisions, but we've seen you make decisions that doesn't necessarily that we agree with as the fan base. So they're probably still on pins and needles with that pick and seeing what he's gonna actually do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little gun shy because that was a trauma. As a sports fan, that was a trauma, right? Like that's not something a lot of fan bases necessarily go
100%.
through. Just having that happen, so you're a little bit startled. But let's play GM, okay, Lou? So you are the GM of the Milwaukee Bucks. Your phone will be ringing this summer. So let's just say that both Dallas and San Antonio are calling, just like Chandler insinuated. You can get the number one pick, Cooper Flagg, Gafford, maybe some other players. Or you can get the Spurs 2 lottery picks that they got last night, 2 and 14, plus Stephon Castle, and maybe who knows, you put something together. What are you tempted by either of those?
You got to listen and you got to see everything through. Like both from us being, GMs in our houses, it sounds great, right? So you gotta listen to all of those things. But again, if I'm the Mavericks and I feel like I have a pretty solid core, I'm going to see it through with Cooper Flagg, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to grow and thrive. And again, you just traded away a superstar. You got a great opportunity of creating and breeding your own brand new superstar that this fan base can grow to love. Why would you kind of trade that away for what Chandler just said, for a guy that obviously you know who he is and established in his career? That's going to give you a great chance to win. But that window is going to be a short window with how old these guys are. It's going to be a 3 to 4 year window. When Cooper Flagg, you can possibly have a guy from start to finish end up have his whole career being played out there, and that's going to give you a better opportunity to win games in the long term. You can look there. And also with San Antonio, I think that makes a lot more sense than the Dallas Mavericks do. So you got to see everything through. You got to listen, and you just got to see what makes the most sense. So Chandler said it. He got the ace of spades in his hand right now. Everything should be moving. The phone should be ringing up until the draft, up until the season starts. Like, see everything through, listen to everything. But I like both of those scenarios. But if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, I'm keeping this pick.
Can you imagine yesterday if I told you know what? The best 3 teams in the lottery, they're going to get the top 3 picks, and the worst 3 teams are going to get 4, 5, 6. Like, it's unbelievable. These now teams, Dallas, playoff, play-in team, whatever.
Boom.
Philly was going to be a really good team until they got hurt, and they had a dumpster fire. And the San Antonio Spurs, arguably now in the same conversation as OKC with all their talent and assets and what they got going on over there. They get 1, 2, 3 in a draft where, by the way, it's not just Cooper Flagg. He gets all the love, all the talent. Dylan Harper is an absolute stud, immediate starting point guard probably in the NBA. Ace Bailey is a bucket. DJ Edgecombe is an absolute freak. Like Derek Queen from Maryland. Like, you can go on and on. So yes, and by the way, this hurts for like a Charlotte. This hurts for teams that slid. Our guy Ryan Smith, our gracious guest yesterday. That sucks. Like the guy, he gets fit like that. Like he gets the 5th pick, and like again, thank God for them that it is a top-heavy draft. But think about the Spurs. They could just go and get Dylan Harper and be that point guard for the future and be really good. Philly now gets an Ace Bailey or a DJ, and to pair that with what they have with McCain and Maxey and PG and like Joel, like it is crazy. The good teams got good. It was a great night for the good teams. It was a bad night for the bad teams. But the Giannis trade, again, it's interesting. They have options too. Like they now have we know how good these kids are in the top 3, top 5 of this draft. So that is interesting to them. Giannis is 30 years old. It does feel like his window is closing in Milwaukee. So they, like the Mavs, like the Spurs, they have options. And so I don't think it's going to happen in Dallas. So I would say the Spurs would be the move. Stephon Castle coming off Rookie of the Year, stud. 2nd pick, Harper, stud. 14th pick's probably going to be some value. And also they're going to have to match the salary. Like I said earlier, it's $50 million. It's not just going to be, it's got to be more. I like it to San Antonio if I'm Milwaukee.